I've been at Crobar for about almost 5 years now, probably about 4.5, something like that. Oh yeah, I was born in New Orleans, pretty much born and raised there. I lived in the outskirts of New Orleans, in the surrounding area. I lived like 20 minutes from New Orleans.
Your first time you met Kirk?
The only other person I've been knowing in the whole New Orleans scene longer than Kirk is Phil Anselmo. But Kirk's like one of the first people that I've met in the scene, and I probably met him back in like '86 or something like that, So me and Kirk actually had a long-term friendship, being friends before he even asked me to join Crobar. So he would have asked me way before. I probably would have joined Crobar like 5-10 years before that,
Kirk, he with Kingdom of Sorrow, but he's on tour with them.
Well, I know. I mean, I ain't trying to display the guy's personal life, but I know he's been having like some things where I think he went through a divorce lately. Him and his wife got divorced, and and that kind of like made life a little hard for him. So he's been going through some personal things, but he's a tough person, man. He's been hanging in there, and he's a good guy. And he's actually got a nice girl now. He's got a good, cool girlfriend, and he's a laid-back person, man. He's definitely totally different when he's at home on tour. He definitely likes to have fun, a good time, drink a few beers. He's been known to have a good time. But all in all, he's a good person, and he's definitely fun to jam with, man. That's, with Crowbar, it's a little bit different than Soil and Green because I can kind of have a little more freedom. It's just a kick back and jam, like basic beats in the pocket. And with Kirk, too, he's not so, he don't take himself too serious, He's always laid back kind of guy, and if you want to have a few beers before the show, he's like, sure, have a few beers, good, man. He's like, get back yourself ready, But other than that, man, it's definitely a pleasure to jam with him, He's definitely a character, man. He's like a comedian on tour, It's like a rock and roll comedy act with him on stage. You give him a few beers and you never know what he's gonna say on stage. He's done some funny shit, I'm like, like actually on the DVD where Pat busts his ass and shit like that. He's always just kind of like making fun of people and giving like everybody nicknames. Like Pat's probably got like 6 different nicknames that Kirk gave him.
For example?
Like the Silver Wig Witch and shit like that. He just called, because Pat's got long, like, gray hair. So he calls him the Silver Wig Witch and all this shit. Silver Wig Weed Witch. He calls us the Weed Twins and all this shit. But other than that, man, it's he always comes up with nicknames and shit for people. But he's got some stories, man, and he's told me over the years, like, his personal experiences, like when they were touring with Pantera, he had like woke up one morning, he passed out by Dime's house, or they were on tour on Pantera's bus, and Dime had drew like Gene Simmons bat wings with fucking permanent oxalate on his face. He didn't know it. He went to go take a piss the next morning, and all his fingernails were black. He called in his fingernails black, and he went to go take a piss. They seen the fingernails. Then when he went to go wash his hands, he looked in the mirror. He seen a bat wings painted on his face. He said for 3 days, he said he couldn't scrub the fucking permanent oxalate off. He said he was trying to scrub that shit, and his face was so raw. He said it was swollen red, trying to scrub that shit.
You have a CFH tattoo on your shoulder.
Oh yeah, I got that after the dime bag incident when Dime got shot. It was just a personal thing to me, and I didn't know what to get at the time. I didn't, like, if you're gonna get a portrait of somebody, it's gotta be done well, and of course it costs a lot of money. It'll in America, for U.S. it'll be over $500-600 American dollars for us, at least for sure, just to get a portrait. So it's gotta, you're gonna spend that much money on a tattoo. It's gotta be done right. So I figured the CFH was like a good way to pay respect to Dimebag now. But that was the main reason for getting it. And that was actually I got this like a few months before, because the New Orleans music scene, and I'm a big New Orleans Saints fan, obviously. But I just got that for personal reasons, and then when that shit happened with Dimebag, I got this. But other than that, man, I've been wanting to get the portrait, but like I said, it's got to be done right. You got to find somebody to do that shit good. So, and that's a bold statement, putting another man's face in your own. But I wouldn't have no shame to do with Dimebag down, because I actually knew the guy, so it's personal for me, personal level, man. That shit was rough.
On Anselmo, and people are commenting and saying that he doesn't look too great. You know that he must still be on drugs or something like that. People are speculating.
No, he's actually as far as I know, I don't talk to him that much, maybe a couple times a year, but he's doing pretty good. He I'm sure he still drinks a little bit and still burns, but I mean, he's not on any hard drugs and shit, man. I know for a fact, he's doing good. He's probably in the best condition he has been in years, man. But I think he's still got to get some back work done. So, he's still not in tip-top shape like he wants to be, man. He's still got to go have a surgery, I think, or something like that again. So, shit. As well as myself, dude. I've been on tour right now. I got a hernia. I'm on tour with a damn hernia, so that's why I'm not loading equipment right now. Everybody else is working, and I mean, fuck, I always do my job. I don't have no problem with my own equipment, but this is the one tour that Soylent Green's got to take care of me, so, I don't want to hurt myself any worse than what I am, dude, because that shit'll split and be rushed in the hospital, and I don't want to go through all that shit. So, I'm pretty much taking it easy. It's bad enough I got to play every night, straining, playing, and, but, this is my one tour to take a break. I got the okay.
Shout out to the bands that you support. I see Carbomb.
Oh yeah, actually, the bass player for Carbomb played bass for Soylent Green on tour with War. We went on tour with War back in like 2002. He was playing bass with us actually when we had that second accident. When Ben had that accident with the 18-wheeler. He was sitting in playing bass for us, so we got kind of a little mutual bond with Carbomb, being that bassist played bass for us at one point in a short period. It was crazy shows every night. Obviously playing with War, you never know what the hell's gonna happen. But like Dave Brockton, he's the coolest guy, man. We were all hanging out on that bus one night, and he's just full of energy and so many ideas up in his head. He's always coming up with new shit. He never stops thinking about what he's going to come up with for the next Gore record or tour. He, we were sitting there with Brad, the drummer, and me and Ben Falgood, and Dave Brocky pretty much was like jumping from like sofa to sofa, going like, yeah, we're going to come up with this, and we're going to do this. He's like, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this shit. And he's like, all these ideas, but man, they were fun to tour with, man. It was definitely a good time. Unfortunately, we got cut short on the tour, right in the middle of the tour. That shit happened with the accident. So, but that was definitely an experience, man. I wish we could get out another opportunity to play with War again. That would be awesome.
I want to ask him about Crowbar and
Crobar. Right now, we're gonna probably do a new record coming up in 2009. But right now, I'm not even sure like if we're still signed to Candlelight Records. So we may be looking for a new label. And while we're doing that, I'm sure we're going to be working on a new record. Kurt's writing it right now. We got a couple songs finished. One song's done, but he's got like a few songs, like all the guitar parts done. So when I get home, like I said, I got to go have a little hernia operation done and shit like that. So I'll be out for a couple weeks, but after that, we'll probably start jamming with Crobar and working on new records. Hopefully, we'll have it recorded before the end of 2009. But other than that, man, that's pretty much what's going on with Crobar. Peace out. Oh yeah.